With the endings of several of the most popular serialized Shonen Jump manga, I'm sure the publishers and the industry were stressed out. That is, until Kei Arana, the assistant of the creator of both Soul Eater and Fire Force, decided to come along and drop one of the most creative mangas out now. Recently, Gachiakuta got an anime announcement, so it only felt right to show some love and talk about how interesting this manga has been. Gachiakuta is a unique twist on the underworld's dystopian society, similar to Made in Abyss, but with a shonen battle twist. Let me start by saying that this video will contain slight spoilers, but at most I'll be going over a general basis of characters, power systems, and plot included in the first couple of chapters. If I ever decide to talk about something too deep in the manga, I'll give a spoiler warning so you can skip ahead. Allow me to walk you through the beautifully crafted world of Gachiakuta. We start with our main character Rudo digging through trash, which if you start off struggling this bad, you're either gonna become the strongest nigga that ever walked the earth or die in episode 1. There's no in between. But hey, there's a reason for this. This world is based around trash, which is such a weird thing to say. The world of Gachiakuta is divided into two: the sphere and the abyss. There's not much known about the sphere as of now, but we know that the sphere is economically separated by rich and poor. On the other hand, the abyss is known as the dumping ground, where people from the sphere throw anything they perceive as trash down into, including people. You see where I'm going with this? On the sphere, our main character Rudo does not have the best life. He's a trench baby. He lives with his father figure, Regito. It doesn't take long for events to start popping off in the first chapter as spoiler warning, Regito is found half dead on the ground with a sword pierced through his body. Rest in peace to my dog, real nigga. As Rudo talks to Regito in his final moments, he's interrupted by guards who immediately apprehend him, and they immediately tossed him into the abyss. He ain't get no lawyer, no jury, no public defender. They instantaneously cast my nigga straight to hell. Originally, when I read this manga, I thought there was gonna be like a berserk type of revenge plot where the main character cares about nothing more than returning to the sphere and ending the man who murdered Rudo. But I was thoroughly surprised as I continue reading. When Rudo arrives in the abyss, he's instantly hawked down by several trash beasts. Obviously, my nigga Rudo is overpowered by the beast, and on top of all that, down in the abyss, you can't breathe without a gas mask. My dog is pretty much cooked. That is, until this swaggy ass nigga comes out of nowhere and saves Rudo's sorry ass. From this interaction, we're introduced to two different key subjects: the cleaners and vital instruments. The cleaners are your standard shonen anime group that use their vital instruments to exterminate trash beasts. There are several teams within the cleaners, such as Team Akuta, Team Eager, Team Child, and Team Front, with there being a boss leading the entire operation. Team Akuta is the group that Rudo ends up joining, so for the sake of the video, I'll mainly cover this team as it's our primary group. The man who saved Rudo from the trash beast is Injin. He's the leader of Team Akuta. I won't go too into depth about the characters, but I will talk about their vital instruments. What is a vital instrument, you ask? They're objects that are given so much love, care, and passion that they awaken into two types of instruments: attacker or defender. The slim number of individuals who awaken a vital instrument are labeled as a giver. I genuinely love this power system because it's reminiscent to Soul Eater, but it has an entirely unique feel to it. This manga takes boring, everyday items and transforms them into some swaggy ass weapons. For example, some vital instruments of Team Akuta include gloves, an umbrella, a bow staff, and fucking scissors, bro. But each one of these instruments are used in such a creative way that I can't even be mad at it, honestly. Engine's vital instrument, Unbreaker, spins at high speeds that create wind currents. Zanka has a bow staff named Lovely Assist Staff. It can generate spikes and even allows him to sense vibrations through the ground. The next member of Team Akuta that I want to talk about is Rio, who uses a pair of scissors. Personally, she has one of the most unique fighting styles. Her scissors, when activated, become as long as her legs, which she uses by attaching them to her feet and opening and closing them by swinging them around. As for our main character, Rudo possesses gloves from a set of other vital instruments called the Watchmen series. His ability is to be able to turn objects that are broken or discarded into vital instruments. This includes revitalizing chains, tires, fences, nail guns, a pen, and many more. Of course, any shonen group of protags need antagonists to contrast them. And in this case, we have the Raiders, whose main initiative is to collect the Watchmen series and ultimately destroy the sphere. The most interesting antagonist to me, Jabber. He definitely gives me a Hisoka type of vibe. He's extremely sadistic and enjoys pain. That nigga a freak. And let me tell y'all, this nigga is a smoke demon. The first time we see him, he don't say hi, he don't say hello, no evil monologue. This nigga gets straight to work, it's straight hands. Gachiakuta has some of the best fight choreography of any new gen manga. It's up there with Jujutsu Kaisen in Sakamoto days. Although Jujutsu Kaisen isn't really new gen anymore. You ever see a fight scene so clean that you just have to pause and stare at the page, bro? That was me on several occasions. The way the characters are drawn is so dynamic and fluid, it really gets you immersed in the environment. Each character has their own moments to shine, which I really adore. A lot of times, mangas get too caught up with the main character in their moments, that side characters get pushed to the background. Gachiakuta does a fantastic job at keeping side characters in the forefront of our minds. One of my favorite things that anime and manga could do in fights are subvert the viewer's expectations. I love JoJo's because of the insane ways that fights end. They're always trying to outsmart each other. I love Attack on Titan because of the use of warlike tactics that directly influence the outcome of encounters. And I love Gachiakuta because there's often twists to fights that not only create hype, but also make the readers question the character's morals. Spoiler warning, during Ryo's fight with Norda, Ryo is pretty much losing. But as soon as she seen nobody's watching, she said fuck it and whipped out a Gachiakuta and emptied the entire clip on that motherfucker. Or when Jabba and Zanko were fighting and Zanko was inflicted with poison, right? We go through an entire flashback leading us to believe that Zanko's about to get up and put the hands on this nigga, just for us to cut to a panel at the end of the chapter where Zanko is tweaked out his mind hallucinating. I also feel like I should briefly mention the character designs. This manga cooks with the characters, bro. There isn't a single character that suffers from the same face syndrome, and they all have their own individual look. I know it seems like this should be the standard, but there's so many shows that suffer from characters looking identical. I mean, bro, when I was younger, I used to get Goku and Yamcha mixed up all the time, bro. And don't even get me started on One Piece women. And on top of all that, they have black characters that don't look like Mr. Popo. With the recent announcement of the Gachiakuta anime adaptation, I'm hoping that Studio Bones does it justice. Studio Bones adapted one of my favorite anime of all time, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. They also did Soul Eater, Mob Psycho, and My Hero Academia. So I'm sure that it's in good hands, even though My Hero Academia was a little iffy towards the end. It's alright. I need Bones to go all out on this shit. I'm trying to see them blow that budget. Gachiakuta has mad potential, as it's still ongoing and has a bright future. I look forward to watching this community grow and overall watch it get its love that it deserves.